Hello everyone, this is Key of W with Chronoquartz. At the time of this recording, a almost brand new game. Well, about 6 months old now. But I thought it was really fun, and I thought I would make a video series on it, kind of like a walkthrough. At first I thought I would do it without commentary, and it would just be a fun little thing, but I realized there's just enough stuff that I would need to explain. It's hard to tell what's happening without that, so I apologize. I will have to yap over this. But that's how it's going to go. I'm also going to try to treat this as a playthrough as if it was a first time and how you would solve a puzzle rather than just giving you the answers. So with that said, let's begin. We can't really leave this cell, so we're just going to activate whatever this is. And then we'll head over to this crystal. This part of the cutscene we actually have to do. The cell still hasn't opened. Nope, I wonder what he did to stay locked up for so long. He might have tried to steal the Chronoquartz. Alright, who's this? Hello, I am Garen. Oh, nope, he's over there now. Morthus is back. That must be Morthus. Oh, that's not Morthus, that's an hourglass. Find the hourglass. Yep. Oh. Save the Chronoquartz. I gotta chase that guy down quite a lot. Okay. Nice. Morthus has entered the castle. You must defend the Guardian and the Chronoquartz. All for the Chronoquartz. All for the Chronoquartz. Okay. Oh, dear. Ah. And that's that. That's our little opening cutscene, so that tells us kind of what the game is about. We gotta defend the Chronoquartz from Morthus. Alright, it says WSAD to move. I'm actually using the arrow keys. There's both work, but I'm going to be using like keys like shift and stuff like that, so it would just get really tiring on my hand if I had to hold that down a lot. Actually, I don't really have to. The prisoner's cell will open automatically at the end of his sentence, or if you find the key. This is something to remember. That door had a key symbol on it. Of course, we don't have a key. We can't do anything about that right now. But let's just remember it. So the conceit with this game, I'll just say, is at the top of the screen here, right up there, there's a 0. That's a number. That's counting our turns. Every time we leave a room, we transition from one place to another, that counter is going to go up. We only have 10. 10 turns to beat the game. That's how this works. It's a really clever concept. After 10 turns, if we haven't beaten the game, the whole thing resets. So, let's begin. Yep, shift run. I think I have it on. Run is permanently on just by tapping shift rather than holding it. That's something you can change in the settings. The same thing with grabbing items and carrying them around. Make sure you do that in the settings if you're playing, otherwise your hand will get very tired. Let's just keep going here. We have some carnage happening. Code. Enter the code. Well, I don't know the code, so the red number is my selection here. It's probably not 0000. It's probably not also... Oh, I can't put it in again. Okay, how about this? Dr. Edward 09931045. Excuse me, I was reading that. Okay, so you also reset if you die. Let's try again. 099... I'm going to real quick see those numbers. I don't know if I need to memorize those numbers. Well, I mean, I do, but I'm saying as if this is the first time I don't know that. But I do see that. No. Okay, let's go this way. I did notice, however, one of those numbers was red, and we'll take another look at that on the way up here. Do you know who put red berries in front of the prison? I love their color. So that's what those are, all the way to the left of the screen. The glowing things, we're just calling them red berries. We don't need another fancy name for that. Red berries, let's remember that. Okay, so let me get out of the way of that. No, stop. Okay. I have a feeling if I approach that guy, I will be very murdered. Okay, let's go this way. I see a symbol of a sun here, and I also see a key symbol, like on our jail cell. Although this one is blue. Let's head to the right. Might as well. We're just kind of exploring, seeing what is here. This is Lord Donation. Lord Donatien. I guess these numbers serve as kind of like birth and death numbers like it's a grave site, except there's no body buried here. So 1037 to 1099. But that 9 there, the red 9, it's the second from the end. There was also a red 9 on the other thing, Lord or Edward. I'll check it again if I get a shot without getting killed immediately. And since the code that we have to input also uses red numbers, this might be telling us something about the code. So let's remember these numbers. We also have a mural up here. It shows something. This almost looks like a test tube or something. Plus sun, and that's the symbol that's just to our left, equals some kind of bright thing. And then over here, the bright thing is like leading a path to the hourglass. All right, let's remember this as well. We have some guys just hanging out down here. They're not chasing me, so maybe they're friendly. They're not friendly. All right, that gets us somewhere. I'm just going to real briefly see if I can see the numbers here. And we'll just remember the red number and where it is. 09. Second number. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, let's go a different direction now. Let's head down. Lot of death happening here. And this room exists just to waste our time. So yeah, the turn counter's getting quite high. We're at turn 7. Turn 8. Knight Garen. That's the guy we talked to at the beginning. 1262 to 1291. So the 1 is red. And in fact, it's the 1 at the end of the number. So the Lord Donation, the red 9 was the 3rd number. This red 1 is the 4th number. The Edward guy, Dr. Edward, was the 2nd number. So perhaps the code is telling us where in the code these numbers go. So we need to find the first number. Turn 9, this place is on fire. And 10, well, we're out. And we reset. So let's find the last thing. I think there's only one place we haven't gone left, and it's gone yet, and it's to the north, this direction. And there's a guy, oh, run. Queen Diane, 1230. So the first number is also a 1 there. It also said there you can hold R to rewind. You'll see it as well just next to my guy here. Pressing R. Well, you have to hold R. It will reset. It doesn't just rewind like a little bit. It's completely back to the beginning. So if you know that the loop is over, you can't do anything useful with it. You can just rewind. I'll show you that eventually. So let's try the code as 1991. 1991. That was a good year. Okay. Hello. Okay, he's chasing me. Let's head down here, see what we have. Space is grab. Cool. So by default, like I said with the run, where you normally have to hold shift down, by default space, you have to hold it down to grab stuff. I've gone into the menu and switched it, so I just tap space. I can tap to let go. Same with the run key. I recommend doing that. Otherwise, you're holding these buttons down a lot. So I can grab stuff and move it around. I don't see what that would be useful for yet. I'm sorry, I lost the green memo. I hope no one finds it. Okay, let's look for a green memo. We haven't seen anything like it yet, so I don't think we've missed it. How about this way? We have a little chapel. These people's busts, but we can't see any dates. +7. What does that mean? It kind of hovers in front of us. +7 what? We don't know yet. If I move these... if I move these in position, they'll light up. How about this? We're missing one. But if you remember, in the room down a bit, there actually was... Oh, hold on, let me go grab it. There's one in this room. Grab. Trying to... Hold on. Position myself so I can go through the door with the bench. We'll take it up. But we're going to run out of time, because look, we're on turn 9 already. So we're going to have to be a little quicker. This is how we will solve this moment. So we have to head up and to the left. Luckily, the code will be remembered for us. We just have to go in, and then it'll remember our solve for us. So we'll grab this the first time around. So we get into this room at turn 6. We'll be able to Light it up. Light it up. There we go. Light this. Nope. Nope. Don't do it. There we go. Light that. Nope. Nope. Why is it? Okay, just stay there. Thank you. Hey, that looks like the test tube. You got the monk staff. Sweet. So this is our inventory screen. We can bring it up anytime. It's just usually the first time you grab an item, it'll also bring it up to show you. So this is an equipable item, but we don't know what it does because the game doesn't tell us. We can also drop it if we want, but I'm not going to do that. I know we want to bring this to the sun area, but look at what turn we're on. We're on turn 6. If you remember where the sun is, like it's pretty far away. So when we go, we have to go to the right and then up just to get to that room. But again, we're out of time. There's nothing we can do. 10. So we're going to need to find a way to get that staff earlier. So let's keep exploring and see what we can find. 1991. Alright, let's head to the left here. Hey, there's the green memo. It's right up there. But there's a lizard in the way, and I'm sure he's gonna... Okay, so we're gonna come back once we figure out how to get past him. Let's head this way. Oh, that worked out, because the door up there has a blue key symbol. And look, there's a blue key all the way over here. Battle report. The lizards seem to show respect to whoever holds their leader's sword. That might be how we get past the lizards then. Let's also open our inventory. We can do that by pressing I. Of course, there's nothing in there because at the end of a loop, we lose whatever items we were holding. Because that is how this works. You reset. We keep our knowledge, but we don't keep our items. We can push these out of the way because we can push just about everything in this game. We got the blue key. This goes not as an equipable item, apparently. And we're going to use it on the door there. We're going to be pretty close to the end of our loop, but that is okay. We have just enough time to get it. ZZZ. So the red berry worked on him. You can only enter here if you have the Chrono Pass. Hello there. That's polite. So, Morthus, you really think you can outdo your red lizard? Okay. Master, the red lizard is sleeping. You should never send a red lizard into a room with red berries. I thought he would last more than one turn. No, Master, the red berries take effect after one turn. They should be looking directly in the camera as they say this. That'd be funny. Sadly for you humans, red berries won't affect me. Now let me in. I am the Guardian. Hey, there's the Guardian. Pigtail Girl. The Chronoquartz won't be yours that easily. Yeah, I guess it will. Here lies Guardian Cameron, 1291 to 1305. Hey, this is a letter that's different. It's an M, it's blue. We're going to remember this M. We're going to remember that it's part of the name Cameron, and that Cameron is the Guardian. Just like we did with the other codes. It's probably going to come in handy. I will control not only this castle, but also time itself. Oh, no. Oh, I'm dead. So it looks like Morthus is making his way to the Chronoquartz to control time itself, which explains why turn 10 is the end of the game, because we were in that room watching the carnage at turn 9, and he enters the room. That would make it turn 10, and he does something to the Chronoquartz, and we get sent back 10 turns. So we're in an eternal time loop, and we can even see that if we go to the menu. At the very top of the screen, we're at loop number 7. Actually, it's loop number 8. For some reason, the game starts at loop number 0, so there you go. So you can track how many times you've gone through the game if you want. Okay, so these red berries, it was explained to us that you should never send a red lizard into a room with red berries because they'll fall asleep after one turn. So let's take this with us and try not to get killed by that guy. There we go. Let's push it in. Let's get it. I don't want to go. I want to make sure it's close, but I don't want to aggro him. I'll die. Let's leave and come back. And he's asleep. And we can take a sword. You got the big sword. Remember, it said that whoever holds the sword will be respected. So that should come in handy. And in fact, it'll especially come in handy for getting past the lizards up to the right, to the northeast. There was a group of lizards guarding an exit. And to the west, there was a lizard guarding the green memo. Research note, the ancient lock can be linked to items, but its purpose remains a mystery. Okay, not useful to us yet. So let's head this way, I think is a little closer. So we'll go here first. Well, we won't let these knights escape. So they're guarding knights, but they won't attack me because I'm holding the big sword. Okay, dead end. All for the Chronoquartz. Oh, has your cell finally opened? Yeah, 8 turns ago. You would have been better off running away than coming here. Not really, because we get 10 turns. So I can press tab to see the map. There's also a lock over there. We just read a note about it. You can attach a lock to items, but we don't know what it does yet. So this is a dead end. The only purpose here is to teach you about the map, which will now open. So the map shows us, first of all, our route from where we start, everywhere we go. Also some things, like it shows where the red lizard is, it shows there's a door that needs a blue key, and this lock, which we can't reach. But if you notice on the map, this room, the lock area, has an exit to the west, but the room to the west doesn't have an exit to the east. So we guess maybe that the exit to the east of the red lizard room here, this might be a false wall. That's the only way we can get in there. Of course, we're now at turn 8, so we're not going to get there this turn. We have to do this all over again. That's fun. Yeah, let's just rewind. I'm going to hold R, and then we die. Time loops again. So let's grab a red berry. Wait for this guy to get out of the way. There we are. Grab the sword, because it's good to go. I need to get the green memo as well. Let's go through this wall. Grab the ancient lock. So the ancient lock down there is the thing that's pulsing. We can now lock an item. We only have one item, so I'm going to press L to lock it. What this means is when we reset, we don't lose the item anymore. So we can finally hold on to items. I don't think I'll make it to the green memo. Yeah, I won't make it to the green memo, but all my respect. Yeah, let's just reset. Doesn't matter. So we're still holding the sword. That'll let us grab the green memo. Enter the code. Respect to you. Thank you, sir. I hope you'll find another way. This is just showing us kind of a map. So let's take a look at our map. Is there any room that looks like this? Yes, this room right here. So it's telling us there's a secret down here somewhere. Let's check it out. Oh, and it's an entrance exit back to the start. So that might just seem like a curiosity, but it's actually very important. So recall our goal is to get to here with this monk's staff item. Now the trouble is we can't get the monk's staff with enough turns to get to this room. So we would go from here, which is at 0, we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's 7, 8, 9. This is 10, we're stuck. So with this entrance, we can go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on our 4th turn, we can grab it. It'll be 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, we will also need the blue key. So there's no way ever to get to the blue key and up to this room. So what we're going to do is grab the blue key, use our ancient lock to keep it as we reset, and then grab the monk's staff and take both items to here. That makes sense, I guess. Let's go. So we're going to want to reset. Okay, so 1 and then 2 is through here. The passage is still shown to us, which is very nice. We'll grab the couch, or the cushion. Oh, right, I'll have to open the door first. And then we'll... grab into here. Turn 4. Now we have enough to do that. There we go. And we got the monk staff. On turn 4. Wait, why did I do that? That's not important. I need the blue key first. Will I get the blue key now? I think I used up too many turns. Yeah, let's try again. Let's grab the blue key. Got ahead of myself. Definitely did that a lot on my first playthrough where I'd figure out a puzzle and then I would forget the steps I needed to do, and because you only get 10 turns, it meant I had to do like 10 extra loops to resolve the puzzle, which at this early point in the game is not that bad, but it will be that bad later if we screw something up, so I'm going to make sure I'm paying more attention. So let's unlock the sword, unlock the blue key, and then reset. So now that we have the blue key, we can do this monk puzzle. So we'll get to the room in turn 4 instead of turn 6, which will give us just enough steps to get to that room and through the door, but no further. Also notice the top left of this room while I'm doing this. It says +5, but last time we got the monk staff it said +7. So what's different? There must be something different about this time why it says a different number. Okay, so we have the monk staff and the key. Just going to double check. And then on our map, we're at turn 4, so it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8. And then through this door will be turn 9. So that means that's the final turn. We don't have the sword anymore, so I got to watch out for this guy. Oh, enter the code. Not that way. This way. Cool. You got the illuminated monk staff. Excellent. Let's lock that item, because that was the one on the map. This room shows the monk staff plus the sun makes the illuminated monk staff. Illuminated monk staff is going to show our way to the hourglass, and at the beginning of the game, Knight Garen told us we needed that. So, oh right, we're out of time. So we have the illuminated staff, and indeed it does. It tells us to walk into the wall, so we'll do that, and we find a passageway, which takes us to this room. Remember this place, the Carnage? Well, last time we got here, it was turn 9, so we couldn't go any further. But now we're only on turn 1. And we've escaped the castle. What's this? It's an entrance I can't go into. Cemetery, Tomb of Garen. That's to the left. That's what it's there. Activate. Wonder what that does. Let's keep following this path. How about here? Ancient Forge. Solanum's house. Only Knight Garen has access to the Lost Wood. You shall not pass. Alright, what's this? You got the Chrono Shard of the Forge. Let's lock that down. I don't need this staff anymore. We already know which direction we need to go. But we can't get through the gate. So until we get through the gate, the staff is useless. If we need it again, we know how to get it. Let's lock down the Chrono Shard of the Forge. Which the Forge is up this direction, so that's probably where we use it, right? But we're going to be out of time. But we appear here. So these little lotus flowers seem to be resetting where we start at the beginning of every loop. So even though this is where we were supposed to start in our cell, here is where we start now, which is going to help us get even further out, because otherwise we'd have to use up a bunch of our turns just to get to this area where the forge is supposed to be. So yeah, this will help us go on further. I think it's a good stopping point. We finished the first area of the game, this castle area. We got the basic idea. You get 10 turns, and then it resets. Because Morthos messes with the Chronoquartz. We have an ancient lock, which helps us keep an item. And that should allow us to get to a lot of new areas. Yeah, we'll pick this up in another video. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see you then. Have a good one. Bye.